Hi, good people. It's Amy from Savor Salvage Scent with my special guest, Molly, one of my oldest and most incredible friends. May you all be so lucky. So, my friend is also into fragrance, and today's theme, we thought we would talk about, actually these are scents that make me really happy. I thought I would talk about summer scents, I think I have 15 here, that to me help me manufacture happiness. So I thought I would share what they are. For those of you who are new to the channel, thanks so much for stopping by. This mostly focuses on fragrance and an occasional DIY project. To those of you returning, thank you so much. If you're interested, I hope that you'll subscribe so that we can stay in touch, or I hope that you'll leave feedback, comments, and give this video a thumbs up if you're inclined. So I need to say that fragrance in general is very subjective and relative. So something I like, you might not like as much, or vice versa. Scent obviously always depends on if you like it to do with your scent memory, your skin chemistry. I would say this topic though, what brings joy or happiness, is more relative than most probably, right? But I thought it would be fun if I shared these, I think 15 scents that I love, and I'm gonna ask Molly to react to them too. No right or wrong answers. What we're going for here is honesty. I'm going to talk through a few scents and we'll talk about our experiences with them. Okay, so yes, diving right in. This is a orange flower scent by Solinotes. This is a Parisian, I think it's kind of like a pharmacy company. Real affordable, I think around 20 bucks. This is their Fleur d'Oranger.
I have the blackberry in it,
Oh,
and
do
I
you
wear
really?
them together.
No, they're actually made
They're
to
made
be layered.
to do that, yeah.
And I haven't actually,
love it.
but I bet they're great.
When you come to my house.
Sorry.
I love this one.
Do you?
I absolutely do, yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
I love this one.
Do you think it smells happy?
It's
Who knows?
oranges. I mean, you stick
Totally.
it in your mouth and you make it smile.
It's funny because you
And
can
it smells like orange peel.
spend $300 on an orange flower scent, and there's one later that's a little more expensive, and I think it does maybe smell a bit more sophisticated. But to me, for 20 bucks, this is to me really chic and so good, and it smells just like the thing.
And you can spray heavy with it.
Totally. So great in the summer.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
love it.
Solinotes Fleur d'Oranger. Okay, this one I also bought in Paris. This is a Roger and Gallet. I hope that's the way it's pronounced. This is another one that I think, this has been around for like 200 years. I know that this company had a really popular carnation scent that's been out of commission, and Miss Carnation Lover, I've wondered about forever. But they probably have 20 or 30 scents, and some of them have been around for 150 years. I think this is one of the newer ones. It is called Osmanthus. I've heard that Osmanthus in the wild is supposed to be just like the best honeyed, beautiful scent. I thought I loved Osmanthus based on the scent, and then I listened to a nose who I really like, who just knows her stuff, and she said it smells nothing like Osmanthus. So now I'm like, do I know what it smells like? So regardless, this is something that makes me feel really uplifted as a floral, and I think it's light enough to wear in the summer. And this is really affordable. I think I paid 20 or 25 bucks in a French pharmacy.
I like it. It's light.
It is. It still has, it has florals, but it also has, I think it has like a little bit of wood. Forget the notes,
It smells like a bouquet.
isn't it nice?
Yeah.
Truly, yeah. And so who knows what Osmanthus actually smells like, because I have never smelled it in the wild, I don't think. But I think this is, you can't beat it for like 20 bucks. And those of you who live in France or other parts of Europe, this is, I think, really cheap then. I think it's like 15 bucks or
I
something.
really do like that.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Isn't that nice? It reminds me of France too, honestly, so that's part of the reason I like it. Okay, I talked about this one recently, but I can't leave it out of the list for uplifting in the summer. This is the Hermes Un Jardin sur le Nil, so the garden by the Nile, or along the Nile. This was made by the amazing Jean-Claude Elena, and to me this is really cool because it's a freshie, but not a typical one, and I'm going to have you smell it and I'm going to talk about what's in it.
I do like this one. I smelled this one last 2 summers ago when I was here. Mm-hmm. I like this
Isn't
one a
it
lot.
interesting?
Yeah.
So that has tomato leaf in it. Do you get the
I was
little
going
bit
to
of
say
tomato leaf?
cucumber leaf.
No, it's
But-
tomato leaf, green papaya, and carrot leaf.
Okay. Yeah, you smell the leaf
So
for
like,
sure.
I think it's so interesting because you get those gardeny
Mhm.
or non
Yeah.
typical smells, at least to American or French perfumery, but it still feels chic or sophisticated to me. It just, to me, I travel when I wear that scent.
And the geranium and the tomato leaf are
Isn't that
great
good?
summer. Yeah, that's a really good one.
So, Hermes Solinotes. All right, next. This is a scent that literally I've never heard another human talk about. Some of my more easy reach scents or affordable, I have gotten at Anthropology over the last few years, and they're often anywhere from like 10 to 30 bucks, really affordable. And this company, Pharmacia, a lot of people know one that's called Vanilla, I think Doré, and it's supposed to smell, I forget, not Guerlain. It's supposed to smell like a really high-end vanilla scent. I think it's a dupe. I don't think this is a dupe. It's called Rose, I hope it's pronounced Epice, E-P-I-C-E. I almost didn't get this because though I like rose, I find it to be sometimes challenging. Before I talk more about it, I'm just going to have you smell it, because it was not at all what I thought it was going to be, and I really love it. If I would have read the notes initially, I probably wouldn't have bought it.
It's very sweet.
It is sweet.
A little bit like candy.
Yes, totally. Almost could go into winter fall for that reason. It is like candy to me. I thought it was really interesting because when I thought this was based on rose. Actually, do you mind if I look at that for a second? Because I was surprised. In French, it means spicy pink, and it's actually around raspberry.
Oh.
And so it's there are other things in it. So like it says raspberry, champagne, jasmine, heliotrope, which is often people call it cherry pie plant because it smells like powder and cherry and almond. And so all that combined definitely to me smells like a confection. But the raspberry, I don't know what it is. Raspberry's just making me happy lately. Don't know why.
I like raspberry.
Is it too sweet?
I like it.
Okay.
But it doesn't smell like rose.
No.
It might just be the color.
It's pink. Yeah, so it's really around raspberry. And this
I like that.
is, I think, around 20 bucks. They also have an orange flower. And then they often have 25% off sale. So this is super affordable. I just think you don't smell like everybody else. It's an interesting, sweet raspberry scent that's not so sweet that it smells like something a kid would wear. Okay. Next. I mean, how could I not have Sarah Jessica Parker's Lovely in here?
That's one of my favorites.
I mean, to me, and who's to say, it's funny, people are really on the fence about this now. To me, it's popular, obviously, because it's been around for, I want to say, 15, 20 years now. You know the scent. But this is probably my third bottle in my life, and it's one of those, I often say that I don't even smell it that much on myself. It smells clean and nice, but I think part of the reason I see it as a happy scent is I tend to wear it in the summer. I know this is weird, but it smells really good around water, so I tend to wear it if I'm going to go to the pool or the lake or whatever. But people compliment, it's funny because I don't think it's that strong, but people always just say, you smell really good and clean. And I recently, this was a couple years ago, I walked over to a friend's house. It was the beginning of COVID. And I was like 20 feet from her, and she goes, you smell really good. And I was like, is that strong? She's like, I barely get it, but it just smells nice. And I was like, who knew? So I just think it's a crowd pleaser. A lot of people compare this to a Narciso Rodriguez scent that's much more expensive, but it's essentially lavender and musk. And I just think it's a great modern lavender.
Love that one.
Okay. Next is one that's discontinued. I talked a little bit about it recently, but it is a happy scent for me. It's, I'm dying to know what you think of this. This has been out of commission for a while. It's by Lanvin, and it's called Clair de Jour. So light of day. This definitely smells vintage to me, but when it dries down, it features a black locust, which is a really great blooming tree. And I looked for something with black locust for years, and this is all I could find. And it's been out of commission for about 15, 20 years, so it's really hard to find, and it can get expensive. I found it for a good price, but it's to me feels vintage at first.
It has a vintage smell. When
it dries down, I get that honeyed, I smelled black locust in the wild once, and I was like, this is incredible. So I don't know why, it just makes me happy wearing that scent. Feels positive.
I might have to wait for the dry down. We'll see. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Honest.
Great. No, that's fair.
This one tends to, I think this one could be more unisex.
This is aldehydic. So I feel like, well, there's a lot of aldehydes, but I feel like aldehydes aren't really used very much anymore. Some niche perfumeries, thank God, still make them, use them. But I think this is one that where any young person probably would literally be like, this smells vintage, because it just, the aldehydes. But
I'm enjoying it more as it dries down.
yeah, I think it gets better as it dries down too.
Visit that one.
Ooh, I'm also excited to know what you think of this. Okay, one of, to me, the happiest scents is Chanel Cristalle. This is mostly citrus, I mean, to me, but there's also floral, there's a little oak moss, I think there's Lanvin. This to me is the ultimate sophistication, and this, when we talk about DNA, I feel like Chanel has DNA on this. Smells like a Chanel to me, and it just smells like the classiest citrus. And to me, I think, again, anybody should wear what they like, but this feels so solidly unisex to me. I feel like a man or a woman, anybody would smell amazing.
Yeah, that one. I only know the original, so this is my first
Okay.
Cristalle.
Do you think it smells super vintage?
I think it smells a little, maybe 80s vintage.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
That's actually right on. Yeah.
I like it.
I think to a lot of, again, young people, it might be a different smell, but
Bergamot.
I think it's still modern enough. It's good enough that, like, I actually think, yeah, there's a reason people still buy it and it's still in production.
And you'd smell different than everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So Chanel Cristalle makes me really happy. So you'll see a lot of these things have common, you know, like there's a lot of citruses here. I just think it's hard to not be uplifted by citrus. These are two by Guerlain and their Aqua Allegoria line. So these scents are made to be more like colognes. They're not supposed to be super strong. One of the gripes that a lot of people have about them is they need resprayed. I don't mind that, actually, if it's great. And these, compared to a normal Guerlain, you can find, I mean, I think full price they're like $100, but you can find them anywhere from like 20 to 40 on the internets. So I don't mind respraying if it's something I really love. So the first is, actually I should go with the one I've been wearing longer, is Limon Verde. I think this is, again, a really solidly unisex scent. I'm not, well, you can probably tell by the name what it is, but I think this is a really unique freshie, and I have gotten this for a few people who do not even like perfume, because I just feel like it's just a nice scent, and they wear it and love it.
Oh, that is nice.
Isn't that interesting and kind of different than, like...
But it has something after the lemon.
So, it's lime and grass. There's a fair amount of like a grassiness. Do you get that? Like nature, basically. So to me, I just think it smells like sophisticated nature.
You can put it in a drink.
Doesn't it? It does smell like almost like a cocktail, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or like a sparkling drink.
Yeah.
And actually, the Aqua Allegorias are supposed to have that champagne, I think, kind of sparkling quality.
It's a good one.
So you can imagine on a super, that is something where I can't wear anything else when it's so freaking hot. That refreshes me. So that's one. Limon Verde. And then this is their orange flower. It's Nerolia Bianca. So compared to the Solinotes that we tried, this I do think does have a bit more sophistication. It's because it's got more notes. You know, it's got more in the composition. I bought this for my sister for Christmas and she loves it. I just think it's, if you like orange flower, and it's,
I like orange flower.
it's a little more bitter than the Solinotes. It's definitely got more of like the bitter, and I shouldn't say because bitter orange is sweet, but it's got neroli, it's got all parts of the bitter orange plant.
Well, and it smells, I can smell wood.
Exactly. So, what is the word for that? Effleurage, or when they create scent out of the components, it probably has petitgrain in it. Petitgrain is the stems.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's all parts of the plant. So you absolutely are getting the wood where the other one is just the flower.
It's just the flower, yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
like
isn't that refreshing
That's
too?
very nice.
So this one makes me really happy too.
That
And
would
this one
be
you can
for
still get
a
affordably.
young person.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Like somebody
Yeah.
just getting like,
Just get
literally,
into-
I don't know anybody,
Even,
I don't
like,
think.
between-
I think a man could easily wear that. It's like,
Yeah.
if you just want to smell nice and clean and yummy. Okay. All right. This one is relatively new to me thanks to my friend Autumn. This is Commodities Nectar. So I know people who are into commodity were freaking out because it went out of business for like a short time. It's a relatively newish house. So this is another one that's featuring citrus. Woo-wee. But this one to me has a little more wood, has I think even vetiver in it. And so this one even leans a little more masculine than the last one to me. It's like, or should I say, it is not just flower.
No, but I get a good deal of flower.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. It almost reminds me of like buckthorn or
Yes,
honeysuckle.
it does smell like buckthorn, totally, and it it feels a little more modern than these
Mhm.
other orange
Yeah,
scents.
it
I
doesn't
feel
smell
like
vintage at all.
it kind of lives up to its body. Like it's
Mhm.
got this really
Modern.
minimal, yeah.
Mhm.
So now they're back in business. There was a moment where you could find these at TJ Maxx like affordably, and that's not the case anymore. I want to say this is 100, 150. I think if you watch, you can get it on sale. But anyways, my beautiful friend gave this to me. It's such a nice gift, and I'm really loving it, and it's really uplifting. I could not have 4711 on this list. How old is it? 1790s. How crazy is that? So have you smelled this? Have we talked
I
about
have,
this?
but it's been a while.
So this one you can just smell right out of the bottle. So again, this is a true cologne, German made since the 1790s. It was originally created as like a spirit, I think, to
Okay.
drink actually. So it's like considered a spiritual scent that like I've seen like in Miami, elders literally like pour it on a rag and even use it on their babies to cool them down.
It reminds me of an aftershave.
Exact. No, and it,
But a
it
nice
really was
aftershave.
kind of. I
Yeah.
mean, then it's kind of made that way, and
Beautiful.
it's interesting because in certain cultures, obviously a lot of Eastern Europeans, but also I've noticed people of Latin descent. A lot of them use it. I mean, will splash it on to cool down, or like again put it on their baby to kind of cool them down. And it's amazing when I've done videos on this. A lot of people have talked about like I have associations with like my great grandparents cooling me down, or you know,
Okay.
it's so cool because everybody,
A
if you
family
grew up in
scent.
certain parts of the world, like had it on
Like
their
Old
dresser.
Spice.
Truly, no, exactly.
Yeah.
Like our
Yeah.
exactly like
Yeah.
so.
That's
And
nice.
I have
I
a
like that.
friend who puts this in a huge spray bottle and just uses it almost like as a tonic when it's
Okay.
hot. So sorry, I didn't say what was in it. Super citrusy. It's got a million other florals, and I think there's even some woody notes and maybe even a little oak moss. I can't remember, but you mostly get citrus and just like a bright uplift, almost astringent in the beginning, and then it dries
Yeah.
down. So 4711. Oh, dirt cheap, by the way. I think I got this at a discount store for $10.
Wow.
Crazy. I have two here from H&M, both super affordable if you could find them. I think one of them's on the website right now, and one comes and goes. One is called Yuzu, and it smells to me just like yuzu, which is a combination of orange and grapefruit. And then one is called Sunray. So we'll start with, oh hi, that's my cat, Little Miss. She's talking to everybody. She's a star. Okay, so yuzu. This is, I want to say $6 or $7, and if you get on sale, I think I paid $3 for it. Again, this is not supposed to be complex. Some people
Very
who
bright.
don't like grapefruit scents think it smells like cat urine. Has like
I
an
like
astringent.
grapefruit.
But I do too. I find it just like there's no replacing that. To me, it's just like an instant
Yeah.
uplift. I think this is one you could even wear in the winter if you just wanted to be a pick-me-up. But for $6 or $7, I think this is just a half an ounce. It's great. It smells just like yuzu. So great.
I like that.
And then Sunray. It's so funny. When you read the notes, they don't really tell you what's in it. I'm going to have you smell this, and then we're going to read how they describe it,
Ooh, okay.
which I think is hilarious. Hilarious. I've been reading that especially big marketing companies
Different.
have been, it's different.
It's different from that one, I think.
Yeah, it
They're
really
total
is. No,
opposites.
they really are. They've been, some big companies are just now trying to use 3 notes no matter what, or 3 words, because they frankly
Simplify.
think our brains can't wrap around complex descriptions. You be the judge. And so
It
how do
smells
they
like,
describe
it smells
this,
like
Molly?
something. Sand. What's that?
Waves
Waves.
and sun-kissed skin.
It smells like
It does smell like
sunscreen.
sunscreen. I mean, definitely. And I do think it
The
has
spray-on
a
kind.
beachy scent
Uh-huh.
without it smelling like
Just
coconut,
strictly
which I
coconut.
think
Yeah.
is great,
Yeah.
because like I like coconut too, y'all. I'm not, I
But not
do,
always.
but not exactly. And that to me is like it
Mhm.
smells kind of like a day at the beach. It's called Sunray, perfect name. And again, this is on their website right now. I think it's $6 or $7. So great. And that's a smell I don't smell all the time. So I
No,
just think that would be a
Definitely
great,
summery.
yeah, summer scent. All right. So just 2 more. This next one is one of my best friend's signature scents, and I just cannot think of something more uplifting. So this is called Satsuma. They make a whole line of this through the Body Shop of products. So they have like the cream, the gel, the shower gel. And to me, I don't know how they've done this. It smells exactly like cutting into a tangerine. Like, and it reminds me of my friend
I can
Sarah,
smell
who's
it from
wonderful. It's strong. It's funny because her husband is an artist, as is she, and he's particular. I mean, this is the way artists are, thank goodness. And he'll be like, "That's a little strong," but when she first puts it on. But it's
Yeah.
like, to me, it smells so uplifting. And I remember
Yeah.
she was living in New York for a while, and I remember visiting, and it was literally like 100 degrees, and she smelled great, and it smelled so nice.
Yeah, I like that.
It just smells clean, not complex. This is about 14 or 15 bucks, called Satsuma, and they have body cream, etc. Last, sadly, is a discontinued scent, but one I have to talk about in relation to happiness. This is Gucci II. You can still get your hands on bottles sometimes. Sometimes it's very expensive still, but sometimes you can find a deal. But to me, this is another one kind of like the Sarah Jessica Parker Lovely, where it just smells good around water. This one has a lot of berry notes. I think it, well, see if you get anything. I think it's got like black currant, I think blackberry, but yet it's not like confectionery sweet.
No,
it's like,
it smells like a natural sweet.
doesn't, and it's still kind of airy to me,
Yep.
and it's another one where I feel like you can like totally wear it in the heat.
Yeah. Yeah, black currant, florals. And I can't read that one.
I can't either. Berries.
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 In general.
Yes.
It's very nice.
So, yeah. So, do you think these are happy scents?
Absolutely. And you know what? I didn't hate any of them.
You didn't hate any of them.
Sometimes we don't agree. That's okay.
That's true. Which is, hi, we're big
Yeah.
proponents that like it's all subjective. There's no right or wrong answer. In fact, I actually wanted you to criticize if you don't. You were really nice. Really nice.
None of them were too soapy for me.
Okay, she didn't like soapy scents. There we go. We all got our things.
We all have our
I
thing.
struggle with oud. I'm trying to get better about it. The only one that you said wasn't your favorite, it
I
might
want to
take
revisit
time,
it. Yeah.
is Clair de
It's
Jour.
this one here.
Yeah.
Set it aside. Okay.
It's better when it
It's
dries
better
down,
when it
I
dries
think, for
down.
sure. Because you
It's
get the
less-
aldehydes like crazy in the beginning.
Yeah. It's
It's
a
a-
little sharp when you first spray it, but
Yeah.
then it mellows out.
And this is where you're not crazy about soapy. This is definitely soapy aldehyde.
Mhm.
Like,
I don't know that I'd wear it, but I don't hate it.
So, do you feel like there are commonalities in these?
Citrus.
A lot of citrus. Yeah.
And berries, which I love.
And
Yeah.
it's funny, part of me was kind of like, I need to get away from the citrus, but I was like, I don't know, like that's when you wear it is in the summer typically, and it can stand up to the heat. But anyways, love to hear from you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, so fun.
So much fun.
What do you guys wear in the heat? What's your number one when you need to, manufacture some extra happiness in your life? As we know, we could all use a little more of these days, right?
Send your
As
friends
happy
some
as we
perfume.
might be, exactly, can help. If you can help make somebody happy or make themselves happy. Anyways, would love to hear from you as far as what's your favorite happy scent, and we can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.